Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Captain Coder here on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. Thank you guys so much for being here, all you wonderful people, all you fabulous people here with me on this beautiful day. So great to see you, Code Monk. Congratulations on your first. Solomon, you'll get that first someday. You'll get that first someday, but congratulations on that number 2. If you know, number 2's not bad. Number 2's not bad. Thank you for being here. Infinitani, I hope you've been well. I hope your school year is wrapping up. Ooh, we got another hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. I have a new screen set up, so things might feel a little weird to me. I'm already feeling a little bit weird. I'm used to looking at different spots there. Thank you so much for the hat there, Oryx. Welcome back into the stream, Oryx. Wonderful to see you. Smab, happy build week indeed. Seen some cool stuff. I haven't been watching, but it's been some cool stuff. People have been sending me a snapshot of your new setup. We can take a screenshot. Let's see. Can I get my new screen layout? Looks like this. Hang on, I got a screenshot here. You guys probably can't see much of a difference, but let me snap this down here. That did nothing. Oh, let me see. Can I zoom to fit view? How do I zoom that out? Hang on. I'll show it to you in just a second. Promise. I know you can only see my face. You know you like to see my face. You know you like to see my face. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know what you like. I know what I like. Do I know what I like? I don't know. Who am I? Where am I? What am I? Where did that even save? Where did that even save? Is it this one? There it is. Here's my new setup. All right. Switch to my desktop view here. Boom. Alright, so you guys can only see this part of my screen, but my new screen setup looks like this. So on the outside here, is that Tron on screen? On the outside here, I got sort of my workstation, I got the chat, I got my battle station, the camera over here. You guys can see this section. So if I move this, you'll see there. That's my new section. Here. So I got a new monitor. So it has a little bit more real estate on it. So I can keep things all on one monitor now while I'm streaming, which is kind of nice. I think it's going to be kind of nice. We're going to see the chat down in the bottom right corner feels like my eyes have to glance. I'm used to my chat being sort of down and to the right, so I might be missing stuff in the chat more often than I was before. But Smab, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. Oryx, always a pleasure to have you. Tafaz, how have you been, my friend? Thank you so much for your submission to Mechanically Challenged. I can't wait to check it out. I cannot wait to check it out. Sidian, welcome back as always. Pleasure to have you here. Kavadritis, Dramulks, hope you're having a beautiful day. G, enjoy your lurk, my friend. I always appreciate you hanging out with us. And Kovalak, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Pat says, it was a good challenge this month. Great challenge this month. I'm good, great challenge month. I'm glad to hear it. So we're going to continue working on here. What are we working on? We're going to continue. Hang on, something weird going on with that. Boom. Oh, I didn't realize that is not. Ooh, that's weird. I don't think it was doing that before. Hang on, we got to try something here. That's annoying. That's okay. Sorry, there's a window. The window's not resizing the properly. OBS sometimes doesn't like to change sizes for some reason. I've seen that before. All right, what are we working on? We're going to be working on our continue to work on the daily XKCD. Yeah, I like my daily XKCD. It's good stuff. We're continuing to work on our tactics engine. We've made some progress here. So here's what we got. Here's what we have so far. Show you some of the progress I have made on it. We want to be able, so that we have this we can draw some maps. All right, so we can draw some maps. We were working on getting this selection tool to work. So I've been working a little bit, just a little bit off stream. So I now have partial, non-contiguous selections. So we can do selections like this. Snabble, it's wonderful to see you, my friend. We can do selections like this. We can click and we can drag those around. When I release, nothing happens yet. When I release, nothing happens yet. We got that preview of where it's gonna end up though. And so that's what I've been working on. One of the things that we wanted to have here was partial selections as well. Let me click off of that. If we go and we select this tile, it doesn't include the figure. So that was one option. We could make it so it also forces the include. I couldn't decide what I wanted. So I went ahead and made it so it doesn't include it unless you select the whole thing. If you deselect, you can click the deselect. Oh yeah, you can click and select and deselect just individual tiles as well. So you can end up with just partial selections like this. You can move that chunk around. And then what I want to have happen is when you let go, it's gonna move that whole thing there. So that's what we're gonna be trying to finish today, is when I click and release, when I release here, I want it to actually move that whole chunk to the next section. You're making a game as well, Snabble. Awesome. What are you using to make your game? What are you using to make your game? And what type of game is it? What's gonna target? How do I play it? I'm so Snabble, you always make some incredible shaders. You make some beautiful stuff, but I gotta know what you're making. What you're making? Do you got anything to share with us at the moment? Love to know. Love to know. Okay. So, what am I doing? Yes, let's go back into Visual Studio. All right, so let me know if the font is too big, too small. I don't know, because on my screen, it's like what I'm showing on stream. I think this is a good size for you guys, and it's a reasonable size for me as well. But let's take a look at what I've done here. So some interesting things. Oh, Smab, if you happen to be here, it's Build Week. Are you presenting anything at Build by any chance? I'd love to know. If you are, I'd love to check it out. And be sure to send us the highlights, because I know there's always some really cool stuff going on at Build. No chance. Okay, gotcha. So one thing I found really interesting that I had to do is, let's go look at my tile. And somebody said, I've been retired for 20 years. Gotcha. I thought, well, you know, so it's cool. All right, I thought maybe, possibly. I found that I had to is not right, but this tile board editor overlay, when I was doing the drag, this event, what I found interesting, tile editor overlay, anyone who is a web developer or interested maybe can help me with it. This event here fires. This event here fires. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. This one here, on drag over, fires constantly, even if you're not moving the mouse. And I thought this was really interesting, and I found it was really had some issues. How would you design a web-based map editor for the game Wizard of Legend by Contingent 99 to be loaded with mods? I have no idea. I've never played Wizard of Legend. I'm sorry if that's upsetting. Some people might think that'd be an upsetting thing to say, as I've never played Wizard of Legend. So something that I found interesting though, on check drag over here, check this out. I thought this was super interesting. Let's send this back to let's rebuild this. Should load here in a second. Let's open up our console. Watch this. Notice, check drag over. I'm not moving the mouse. As long as I am hovering over this, that check drag over is just continuously firing. And I didn't realize this was a behavior. I didn't realize this was going to happen. And when I started doing this drag, the lag on this was insane. Because it was re-rendering that many times, or attempting to re-render that many times. Mooniz, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Enjoy that, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. a major waste of CPU cycles. So we added in, what was interesting is the other thing that's really interesting is, that's why you need a shortcut out. Yeah, so that's exactly what I've done here. All right, so if I actually only change if I actually move a position here, so I did that. What was interesting though, is I had to pull this into its own component when it was directly here. So I had this code originally here. What I found interesting was when I had it here, it redrew this entire component. And so to prevent that entire redraw, I had to capture this in a subcomponent. So it is actually redrawing this thing no matter what. No matter what. I could not figure out how to cancel it here. So you'll notice I have this overlay redraw. So it propagates back up to the parent saying, hey, by the way, go ahead and draw. That was an issue. I'm realizing my chat, I'm not gonna be able to have my screen set up on here. The whole screen freezes when I do this, and I can't see my chat change. I can't see you guys chatting. So I'm gonna have to readjust my screen here. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull this over here. We're gonna try something else. This layout's gonna have to change a little bit. All right, but we're gonna check that layout like that. We're gonna see if that is gonna work. That will work for us here. Or maybe there's something I can do with Zoom It. Does anyone know Zoom It, I can have it only freeze part of the screen? Anyway, that was an interesting thing to discover, that I had to put in a subcomponent and tell the other component to redraw itself, even though the event was here. And so anyway, I did find that here. So we short circuit if the position actually hasn't changed on the board. Is the board resize 09N? I don't know what that means. Why does it seem to hang when I resize it? I don't understand the question. O of N, when you resize here, is this what you mean? Resize that? I get no hang when I do that. It should be resizing the board. Shouldn't do much of anything, if I'm completely honest. So are you referring to this section here? How big are you making it? That would be the question. And are you clicking the up arrow? So it is redrawing every time you do it. So 100 by 100 is no problem for me. So 100 by 100. So I have no issues with it. That doesn't mean that there are no issues. I'd be curious which web browser you're using. I know Firefox was particularly bad performance-wise. So that may be something to look into, something you might want to consider. Okay. It could be, yeah, it could be Boop, Skylar Muffin. How you doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. Oh, that was my OBS. I'm trying to figure out, so this is my OBS setup. It's sitting over off to the right of this. I'm trying to decide where to put it on my screen. When I use this tool, everything freezes that's on this monitor. And so I'm realizing I like to use that drawing tool. I like to use this tool frequently. And so I'm trying to decide I might need to move it to a different spot on the screen. I moved my chat because I can't have my chat freeze while I'm doing that. But yeah, this doesn't hang for me when I do it. It does, so you'll notice there are some issues, whereas this overlay shouldn't draw outside of, well, I guess it doesn't. If I were to shrink this even, let's see, 200, sorry, not 200, 20, 20, 10, 10. That's weird. So you'll notice it's still drawing even though that section shouldn't be drawn. So it's only drawing 10 by 10. So there's some weirdness there. Dukasoft, great to see you, my friend. Stambleson, I'm making a Minesweeper game in Win32 OpenGL. The goal is a 4 kilobyte with cool graphics and music. Awesome, Stamble, I can't wait to check it out. Cannot wait to check it out. I'm a big fan of the mines, of the sweeping of the mines. All right, let's double check something. I feel like I might have received a pull request. No pull request. I should probably close this one over here though, but that's okay. All right, let's reload this. All right, so I want to thank Solomon. Thank you so much for adding in this create new figure button over here, so we can actually test out new figure sizes. We can create new figures here. There's quite a few things I want to fix, but what I want to do first, the thing I want to finish, because we're so close to having this feature done, is I want to make it so when I click and I drag, it actually moves this stuff. I think we're like 90% of the way there, 95% of the way there. There's some weird things. So here, notice, watch here up in the top left, just for a second. When I start this drag, this is annoying. Notice it starts up there, and it's not until I actually move to a new cell that it draws it out here. So there's a little bit of a weirdness there. My brain couldn't handle the math at that moment. Enjoy your lurk, Smab. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Have a beautiful day. Can't wait to hear all about your adventures at the conference. Okay, so the last thing I need to do for this, let's get rid of this. Let's do a get status. Is there actually anything different? No, nothing here. Where this code is happens to be our move selection tool. So this is our move selection tool. I'm only doing it online, not in person. Gotcha. I think you were online last year as well. That's okay. That's still fun. So I've added in this tool. And so I say when we drag, we just update our mouse position. And then I have a tool renderer. So our renderer for the drag and drop is just renders the new board onto the screen at this offset. So we have an offset that we can move around with it. And what I need to do is when we do a drop, so I think that's this spot here, we should be able to actually perform this add in here into the original board. So we have the parent here. Let me zoom out just a hair. And someone let me know if the font is okay. It's hard for me to tell if the font is, since my screen, I have a new resolution. I'm happen to be doing 2K on this screen here. Let me know if the font is too small or if it's massive. I don't know. I can't quite tell. Rika 44. Have you met Rika? Rika 44 is here, you know, Rika. Thank you for following me today. Thank you so much for the follow, Rika. Happy to have you here on this beautiful, what's going on here? Beautiful Monday. Why can't I adjust this? So weird. I can't change the size of this window. I'm gonna have to fix that. So there's a window over here that's driving me crazy, everybody. All right, so when we drop this, we actually want to go ahead and we want to go ahead and perform an add. All right, so this would be our parent.board.merge. Is there not a merge? Add all. And we want to add our selection. And I'm pretty sure the selection, we want to do it with this offset. No, not that offset. Ooh, that's interesting because this offset, I think it's selection offset. Is this true? Mouse offset would be where the mouse is. Oh, is it mouse position? Oh, it'd be capital mouse position, I believe. Capital mouse position. Let's try this. Right now, it's gonna do a copy. Holy moly! The Dev Dad with the raid. Have you met the Dev Dad? Strong, thank you so much for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Emil with another hat. One hat. We got one hat. We got 2 hats. Thank you for the hat redeems. Welcome into the stream. Logan, great to have you here. Lol Delta, always a pleasure. Tommy Luke says, Mr. Hat wearing non-Linux, but Windows user. How's it going? Yes, the dig the hat to be. So glad to have you here. Captain Janen. Captain Janen, thank you for following me today. Sue Yash, we got a lot. Sue Yash, welcome to the stream. Sue Yash, 5053, I thank thee. Sue Yash, thank you for following me. Sue Yash, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Tim Dad, thank you so much for the raid. How the heck are you doing on this beautiful day? Folks, you guys know the Dev Dad, the incredible, the fabulous, the unstoppable, the Dev Dad working on it and better. Best song with my name in it. It's Suyash. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Welcome in, everybody. So glad to have you here on this beautiful day. Dev Dad, thank you so much for the raid. For anyone who's new here, I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me. I am a streamer with many hats. I wear just a few hats, you know. For 500 measly points, you can add a hat to this stack. Add a hat to the stack. But what are we working on here? I should have hit the hat to be. Tommy, great to have you here, my friend. So yes, I think we have 18 hats. 18 hats. Depends on the day. Some days I have more than others. Lol Delta, we're 10xing. That's right. That's right. So wonderful to have you beautiful people here. You beautiful people. We're doing some Blazor web development. We are working on building. I just can't say I have to run now. Enjoy your day, Tommy. Enjoy your day. We're building a map editor for a tactics-based game. So we don't have to have an editor first, but I want to have a tool to where we can build our stages, build our maps. So we're building a game that's inspired. Muffin, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. Boom, boom. How do we do? How do we do? What do you say? Oh, maybe we can do it this way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you for the hat redeem. Pleasure to have you here. All right, let me turn my dock cam on here so you guys can see the type of game we're making. So if you look here, the goal is to build a tool that we can define maps like the following. Come on, unblur, how's the focus? I want to be able to define maps like this one here. So I want to be able to draw them out, put figures on them, put chests, put doors, put all this stuff. So we're in I got the cool hat. That's right, Muffin, got the cool hat. So we're in the process of building a tool to be able to draw these out, define these, have a JSON format that we can export and save. And as we've been building this, we've found, so here's what we have so far. We can draw tiles, we can remove tiles, we can define figures, we can add figures onto the screen. It's fantastic. The feature I'm working on now is being able to select an area. Notice I select this area here. I want to be able to move it. I think we just added when I released, is it going to add that there? I'm not sure. We might have to call redraw on it. I'm not sure if I push this out here. 2 nerdy nerds, holy cannoli, welcome back to the stream. Wonderful to have you. Cap plays board game, second channel win, that's true. Maybe we should do that. Cap plays game. We could probably just do it on this channel. When are we adding metadata for the figures? It's a good question, Solomon. It's a good question. We do need to add in metadata at some point. I want to get this map editor right. I want to get the map editor working so that I can actually test some of that stuff out. Hang on. I want to see here. Can I do that? Did it add that? So I have to call redraw. I'm going to have to call redraw there. 2 nerdy nerds. Oh, maybe we should do a collab, folks. Don't forget, be sure to follow the 2 nerdy nerds. If you like nerds, if you're too nerdy, you're never too nerdy for the nerds, but if you want to see 2 nerdy nerds and you're nerdy, or you don't have to be nerdy, look, click that heart, give them some love, folks. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes the words come out of my mouth in a way that I don't know. All right. So we got our parent here. After we do this, I want to do parent.redraw like this. Okay. Let's try it now. Now I'll select this section. Boom, it should draw it out here. Let's double check, make sure that it moves like that. Okay, so there's something weird about that. All right, so the offset's wrong. I got to figure out what's going on with that. I think I understand. I need to do a plus. So right now this is 0, 0. As soon as I add something above it, now this spot here is -2, -2. So it's moving it up. Okay. So rather than adding, let's be negative mouse position. Let's try that. Oh, did not like it. Let's do a full re-swap it in. Lance, how we going? How we doing? I can't just do minus mouse position. Oh, okay. So apparently I don't have a negative value there. Lance with the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on the stack. Lance, welcome back to the stream. It's so wonderful to have you here on this beautiful Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get that added in there. How would I do this? Let's go to our position class. I need to make it so I can have a negative position. Public static position operator. Is it just negative? Position A goes to new negative A.x negative A.y. Boom. All right. So we can add it in C#. What it was complaining about is I couldn't make a position negative. So we're saying that, by the way, position can be a negative. You can add it, use this operator on it. What is an operator? Operator here is the plus sign. So check it out. Let me show you what this did. I wanted to say negative mouse position because I want to subtract this out here. I want to subtract it out here. Got some cool stuff working over the weekend. Lance, share it on the Discord. I want to check it out. And so this negative sign here, this negation operator is called an operator. It does a thing. It operates on data. So this negative sign is an operator. This equal sign here, this happens to be the assignment operator. It takes the value on the right. The operation it performs is it stores the value. It assigns the value on the right to the variable on the left. The negative operator, in this case, takes our values, both our x and y values, and inverts them. It negates them, gives us the negative values. This is the negate operator. Because save here. Let's try it. And so let's see what that did. Here we go. So what I want to have happen here is if I select this, and I select this, now when I drag and move and I release, it's still wrong. Still wrong. It was closer. Huh. All right. Something's not right. So not right. All right, when I drag and move. Okay, so now everything is wrong. Why was it working before? I might have to add in... I'm gonna have to add in some debug stuff here. Should have written some tests for this. I should have written some tests. I don't need an override. It is overriding it here. So when you can, I am over. So let's say I am overriding it. Overriding an operator here allows you to use that operator. I could have written a function as well. Let's take a look at what's going on here. I'm doing nothing with this position, which I'm not sure is the correct thing to do now that I'm thinking about it. Console.writeLine. Drop. Mouse position. All right. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the mouse position. I also think there's something going on with the selection offset. I think I need to use this selection offset in a different way. Console.writeLine selection offset. Should be okay though. The selection offset is basically saying where is the top left on the inside board here. Thank you for that, Two Nerdy Nerds. I'm having a lot of fun with it. You know, it's interesting. I haven't been making the game. I've just been working on the editor, and I think once I have this done, it's gonna be relatively simple to set up scenarios and make some really cool stuff. What does the dollar do in the console log? Oh, great question. Great question. So this is called string interpolation. String interpolation. This is saying I want to be able to put variables inside of this string. Okay. And so I want to be able to display this variable here. So the dollar sign says when I encounter a curly brace, that instead treat the thing inside as an expression that we can evaluate and then call toString on it. So it allows me to put this variable inline in the string. So now when I go to move this thing, check it out. When I go to move this thing, I get drop position 211, selection 00. And it's definitely this selection offset that's causing an issue here. Clayman, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. How the heck have you been? Nameless Coder, wonderful to have you here. Hope you guys are all having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day, and I hope you are too. First day here, and right side of the internet has some very cool people. I do think there's a lot of cool people here on Twitch. F Moonini, F Moonini. What should I call you? F Moon. Welcome to the stream. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, feel free to correct me. I want you to feel welcome here. I want to get it right. But welcome into the stream. So what's happening is when I select this section here, it, instead of rebuilding an entire board, it actually appends it to this selection here. So now my offset has a -2 above it, a -2. And so when I release, it should have a 0, -2 here. What am I making a map for? Great question, Nameless Coder. We're building a map editor for the tactics game I want to make. Okay, so I think we need to subtract our selection offset, I believe, from it, not the mouse position. So we're building a map editor to be able to make maps for a game that is inspired by Descent. So I want to be able to draw maps like this, be able to place enemies, be able to place obstacles, stuff like that. So I want to get this map editor right, so that way I can build out maps to write the game, make the game a little bit easier to build scenarios, and really make it so other people can work on it as well. And just keep in mind, all this code is open source. You can go find it here. Solomon, Smab, and a few other people who, what's the username? John Liu, have all been contributing to this project. So if you are interested in contributing or just want to check it out, hop on over there, check it out. Okay. So I think in my code, I want to, my mouse position minus my selection offset, I believe, minus selection offset. Let's try this here. Let's do a push. There we go. All right, so that seemed to work well. Let's see if I select this section here. Yeah, okay, so I had this offset. Now I can drag, I can do these selections, I can drag and move. Now I need to remove the original selection as well. So there's an interesting thing here, is I don't want this to be a copy. I want it to be like a cut and paste type of thing. So I drag and move it, it's gonna paste it in there. So we gotta figure that out as well. F Moonin, well, thank you so much for the follow. F Moonin, I wanna say thank you today. Thank you on this Monday. Thank you for the follow. Glad to have you here on this beautiful Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so that is working. Then we need to remove, this is the move selection tool. Totally forgot it was Monday. Clayman, Monday is a beautiful day. And today is beautiful. You want to know why today is beautiful, Clayman? Clayman, do you know why today is beautiful? Because I get to hang out with you. Get to hang out with Clayman folks. Do you guys know Clayman Dev? Incredible Unity developer. Go give him some love. Go check out Epic Hero Game. So glad to have you here with us, my friend. Epic Hero Game is a Unity game. Go wishlist it. Go hit that button. Go hit that button. You see this heart here? See this heart? Don't go breaking his heart. You couldn't if you tried. Go on, click on that heart. Monday's almost over for me. That's okay. That's okay. Then it'll be Tuesday, and then it will be Wednesday, and it'll be Thursday, and that's That's okay. And that is okay. So we have this tool here. I want to remove the selection from the original. I want to remove the selection from the original. So to do that, parent dot board. I feel like we wrote a remove selection, but we had it as a bounding box. So this isn't quite what we want. We want to remove like just the tiles here. So there's an interesting thing here that I want to do. We're gonna write it as a method, and we'll probably abstract it into a function. Absolar. Let's see. Solar. Thank you for following me today. We got Solar. Following the captain's crew today. Absolar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So I want to go through all of the tiles, all of the tile positions in this original one, and we're going to remove them from the original board. So there's some interesting things I got to think about as well when I do this. But I can do selection dot tiles. This gives us all the position this occupies. Stayed for the singing. Glad Absolar. Thank you for checking us out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If you're new here, anyone's new here, Captain Coders Academy is a place where backseat coding is 100% allowed, encouraged. We love backseat coding. It's how I learn. I've learned so much by doing this. I call it the ultimate pair programming experience. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. If you have any suggestions, do not hesitate to give them. And if you want to contribute to this project, or you just want to see the code, go check it out on the GitHub, folks. Go ahead and check it out on the GitHub. So we want to translate all of these by this amount. Okay, so we have our position. We're going to translate it by this amount, position plus this. So we're going to translate all these positions, and we're going to do a remove on them all. Okay, so I want to do a for each position in, and I want to remove them from the original board. All right, so this would be our parent.board.remove. Oh, I can do a remove tiles. Okay, smart. I did this already. We're going to remove these tiles here. I think I was smart. Does it let me pass that in? Okay. So we do a remove tiles on them like that. He points at you. It's like he's touching your heart. Two nerdy nerds. But look, I want to be careful about but you know, I love that heart. I love that heart. Not many people know this, but Captain Coder won the American Idol competition in his sleep. This is true story. True story. No, it's not a true story. It's a not so true story. Clayman, but you got to be careful what you say. People might believe you. All right, so I think it actually. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't. We also need to clear. This is interesting. Yeah, check it out. This is an interesting thing. Let's do did we send this back? Let's go ahead and push this through. The snoring. All right. If I move you down here, that is interesting. It's not doing a remove. I'm a little surprised by that. I'm a little surprised that it didn't. This is where I should really be writing unit tests for this. I should be writing unit tests. This is totally unit testable, by the way. No, it's not. This board render, we'd have to mock it in some way. I don't have this can't be mockable yet. It's almost doable. What tiles am I removing here? Remove in. Bear removing. Who tests? Just push to prod and wait for the issues patch. Look, we've had a lot of success doing testing. We've had a lot of success doing testing. I find when I don't test, I feel like I work way too hard. to get this stuff to work. String.join. Separate these by commas. Let's see what this comes out and says. Are these translating properly? Junarioso, Junarioso. Thank you for following me today. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Let's try here. We should be able to move this here. Removing x equals it's because I want to remove the original location. I'm saying remove the position I'm about to put things into, which is probably also the correct thing to do. Position. It might just be plus selection offset here. Jossie X665, have you met Jossie Egg? They followed the captain's crew today. Josiak, welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, let's try this. Move this up here. It still didn't remove it. Hang on. Okay, so I need to slow down here for a second. So my offset, of course, it didn't remove it. I need this to be my original selection offset. What was the original mouse position? Is this read only? Oh, I need the original mouse position coming in here. This is gonna cause an issue because I have been updating that. I need to know the original position, private position, starting position. This can be a read only. So I need to be able to know how to remove the original position there. Yeah, I need a new variable for the starting position here. And so it should be our selection offset plus starting position. So the starting position is where the mouse is starting, not the top left of. I need to know, hang on, let's go to where I generate this. This is in our clipboard tool. Clipboard renderer. Do we have the data we need? Selection offset is our board offset. My mouse position, I feel like I should have everything I need. This is where my mouse is clicking. It's not necessarily the top left corner. Starting position doesn't feel right. Starting position. That's not the top left corner. It's where my mouse was. But we have the selection offset. Starting position can't be right. Minus. Yeah, because that's going to be. So it's the position. Notice when I start here. It's not till I get down to this spot here that I have that. So I need to calculate. I should have everything I need. No, because it's the original position. I have everything I need for the new position. I need to calculate the original position. So original mouse position. If I do minus the mouse offset, this is why start position minus our mouse offset. There's going to be a problem if I do that. So it'd be start minus mouse offset. Mouse offset is always read only. Oh, no. It can be initialized. Okay, so it should be read only. It's gonna work. Yeah, so it's almost right. I was gonna say it's almost right. So it's not. Might have to stop here and think about it. I need to unselect that and like reselect the new area as well. So there's several steps. It's interesting as you do these things, like what the piece you realize you're missing. Yeah, this is not right. Removing x equals 4, y equals 4. This translation is super wrong. So we're going through all the positions on our selection. And I need to translate that by the top left corner of the original selection. I could just make this origin. We're gonna make this origin. 1 second. I feel like this should be calculated. All right. But the origin is available here. Because the origin should be this bounding box's top left. So this is the bounding box's top left. So I'm 90% sure I can calculate it. I don't need to pass it in, but we can just pass it in here. And now I need to know, I'm pretty sure it's plus origin. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we can do that move. There's some like deselecting and stuff that we should do as well. One thing I want to make sure I can do is if I select this and this, does it move both? Especially if I overlay them. It does. I need that selection, that bounding box to move with it though. Oh, hang on. This didn't go away. So there's something not right. What's going on with that? If I grab just this, move it. You can use the VS debugger. Huh. Yeah, I could add a breakpoint and then I start it in debug mode and it'll stop there. So I could do it like this. So I could add a breakpoint here. I can launch the debugger here. All right. It happened to open up in another window. So I have it over here. Now, when I go to do this selection, I go to drop. Now it is debugger has stopped here. So yes, I can. So I'm right here. I can click continue if I want. It continues running. I'm assuming it's an issue with when the bounding box comes behind it here. I'm gonna stop that. My math is just off, and I'm wanting to rush through this. So it works fine here, right? So as soon as I add in a point like this, that's where the issue is gonna rise. So I can click here, can click here. My offsets are now suddenly going to be wrong. Notice the positions it moves are incorrect. Let's clear our board. Okay. And let me draw up here. It'll be more obvious drawing in the top right corner. The positions will be more obvious on what's going on. So I'll select this, and I'll select this, and I move it. Oh, that's also incorrect. Wait a minute. I'm super confused. Why is that? Why is our drawing off now? Oh, something's gone horribly wrong here. I might have to do a revert. I don't know. Something's gone wrong with my renderer. Okay. Was it the window size? Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, that's weird. Why is this off up here? That is bizarre. Something is not right with that bounding box. I gotta look into that. Is weird. My move renderer, my move selection renderer. Well, that's disappointing. That's super disappointing. What's going on with that? Patrick, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here, my friend. Hope you're having a great day. Start down here. That's okay. Is it? Start here. Still okay. Still okay. Starts being an issue there. And now it's always an issue. Is it when I have stuff here? I don't understand this bug. It seems to be related to having stuff here. Oh, can I not? I did that. I draw some here. That makes no sense to me. I need to implement an undo at some point as well. That is bizarre. That behavior's super bizarre. Am I just grabbing it in a weird place? No. Whoa. My renderer. Let's look at this. Where is this being drawn? Control click will delete the tile, yeah. Control click will delete the tile. It doesn't delete the figure. I need to redo how the figure's being drawn all together. That's a whole thing. This behavior is super bizarre to me. when I'm using that top left corner, must be related to... All right, so I have one thing here. So I can see my DOM. That's what I'm like. I have one thing here. When I select this one tile and move it, everything is shifted over one. Notice everything is shifted over one. Can this is where I need to add in a debug because I want to be able to go into, I need to be able to look in here at my DOM here. Put another thing here that's shifted by 2. Yeah, it's shifted by 2. Is it this top row? Is everything shifted by 4? Oh, that's interesting. What is going on with this? Is this in the left column have an issue as well? No, the column is not an issue. The top row. Yeah, everything's shifted over by 4. I'm wondering. So my move selection tool renderer adds this board to... We add a second board renderer. I'm wondering if it's trying to occupy a tile. I'm wondering if I need to wrap this in a div, if that's what's causing the issue. Because it's drawing one of these. Position relative. Yes. I think this is what's going on with it. So what's happening is, I know what's going on. All right, so the way I'm drawing these things on a CSS grid. Everything's being drawn on a CSS grid. What's happening is this first tile is occupied. So check this out. If I take this out, it works fine. I don't think it hot swapped in. Oh, it hot swapped in. So I fixed it. By the way, I fixed it. I needed to do this. My board container. So when I did relative, this object was getting added to the grid. So did that let me put it back in? Yeah. So no, it's getting added to the grid. This is the first empty position on the grid. And so it's actually adding in the sub renderer into that spot. So when I'm in the top left corner, I'm in the top left there. When I switch this to absolute, it says don't put this thing no longer goes into the grid. It just gets rendered starting in the top left corner. So that should fix it there. Yeah, so that is interesting. That is in the grid. It's getting added to the grid. So that should fix that issue there. So the board container should be absolute. This is where, like, it would be nice to have some integration tests. Maybe this one I'm not even sure how to test. This is like, now that I've set this to absolute, is that gonna break anything else? Notice my figure renderer is gone here when I do that. So notice the figure tool is gone because now that the board container is absolute, I actually need to put it inside of a div in my editor. It says, oh, by the way, this thing's gonna take up some space. So there are consequences to that. The other option I have is in my move selection renderer. I could add I wonder if it's gonna have it if I do that as well. Yeah, there's several. I don't know if I can just change this to absolute. So by doing that, this selection might do weird. No, that's okay. Like that. Then there's some offset issues going on. Okay. Just uploaded yet another game on Discord with a few images and have a quick vid of the new stuff. Cool. Space Game is not on hold, but I'm really excited for what I got done. Very cool. I think the option I want to go with here is... let's not change this. I'm thinking instead I should wrap this and with the thing that it happens to be absolute positioning top left and have a space on it. I'm not sure what to do with it. Exactly, it moves the figure list underneath when it's absolute, and that's just because in our board editor, we do a board renderer here, and now it occupies no space. So what we can do is we can make our board panel have an explicit size, but our board panel doesn't know how big it needs to be now because this thing is absolute. So everything to the right of it gets shifted over. And that's not really what we want to have happen. Yeah, so it's a little bit interesting there. Lance, let's take a look at what you got here. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Yet another Space Game. Ooh. Ooh, some fancy looking stuff here. Some fancy looking stuff. This shader is cool. You're moving this stuff over to Godot, right? Yeah, I see that Godot window there. Oh, full screen's not gonna work well for me anymore because my screen's actually too big. When I go full screen, you guys don't actually see it full screen here. Oh, this is cool. I gotta figure out how, with my new screen setup, I gotta figure out how to view Discord videos in a way where they're essentially full screen for you guys. Oh, man. Look at that, the ship's coming out of there. So cool. Nameless coder, that's exactly right. I'm gonna put a container around that and then shift it up. Eternal, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, friend? Wonderful to have you here. Lance, thank you so much for sharing this. Folks, be sure to go check out Lance's thread here. If you're on the Discord, you can follow Lance's updates as he's working on his Space Game. So many good updates coming through here. Lance, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I love the shader. Where is this shader from? Super cool, super cool. Okay, so my move selection renderer, I want to give this a div, and this one should be absolute. Okay. I'm gonna do absolute, and then width, bit, content, height, bit, content. I think I can do this. Should probably put it in a style sheet. I think this will... All right. Yeah. So that fixes the issue I was running into there. There's a little bit of lagginess when I drag, because it's redrawing every time, so I'm not sure how I can fix that. Without doing JavaScript in it. I could fix it pretty easily with JavaScript in it, I think. Eternal Divine says, I'm doing pretty good, researching and coding some neural networks. Very cool, doing something crazy right now, trying to run neural network within MySQL with the stored procedures and stuff like that. So you're actually running it directly in the database. That's interesting. What is your purpose for that? Like, is there a good benefit for doing it that way? All right, well, after we move, the clipboard needs to adjust to this new area. That's definitely something that needs to happen. There's a little bug in here too, though. Let me show you the bug. So if I were to select, let's go even smaller. Undo tool would be super helpful. If I select this and move it, it moves just fine. Okay. So I can move it back. If I select this section, I actually think this will work. If I select this and then this, it'll also move just fine. If I select this section and then this section, that's where I run into issues. So there's an offset thing that's happening there. When I select this section and then this section, what's happening is my board, my initial selection here, the top left corner is considered 0, 0 of that new selection. When I select this here, the top left corner is now -1, -1. So rather than rebuilding that whole selection, I just append it and say, okay, well, I can have a negative section in my board here. So this is -1, -1. So when I move it, it's not doing it, it's not erasing. It's actually not that weird. The behavior makes a lot of sense to me. So this position is now -1, -1. So when I move, it erases the position up here. So there's like an offset that I need to add in. Okay. And so let's go to my move selection tool. It's my origin plus my selection offset. I'm pretty sure this is the change I need to make this work with my selections. Maybe you can only draw the gray one once you are done and have the shaded yellow thing follow the mouse. Yeah, I think that is the easiest thing to do. We still have to draw the preview of where it's going to end up. All right, so let's do this. Okay. All right, so that fixed it. So if I do that, nameless coder, this is the easiest way. If I do that, gotcha. If I do that, so I can include it, I have to rebuild the whole thing. So for large selections, it's quite inefficient to redo that. So let's say I select this, and then I select just this one. I actually have to recalculate. I have to copy everything over into a whole new data structure to do that. And so it's actually just easier to include like the negative offsets. I'd have to reset everything. Not without doing JavaScript interrupt. Boop. Good question. Yeah, it'd be great to have it so right. So you're referring to the mouse over is weird, right? So I could, there's a couple things I might consider doing. I might make it so when I do this drag, it doesn't show the highlighted drag area. So I think that might be one thing I might want to do. So I can now drag and move in the original selection there. It's kind of awkward, right? So because the yellow doesn't line up with the thing that's under, the thing that's under needs to snap to the grid. And so what I might do is I might make it so that the yellow as I'm dragging doesn't show, and instead drag wrap the thing underneath with that yellow selection. So there's some consideration here. Now that I have this tool sort of separated out, the renderer, right? So this is the file I'd modify. This says, how should my preview look? What does my preview look like? Right now I'm saying do a board renderer. I could instead say just draw the outlined area, right? Instead of drawing the whole board, I could say just draw the outlined area, which happens to be part of the clipboard. So I could take this and say just draw the outlined area. That could be it as well. I could do this section here. This draws the like outlined grid section. Turns out that's kind of a tricky little bit to draw, like all the borders and stuff. But we can move this now. The thing I want, there's an issue. Did you see that? That's an issue. I don't understand that. I selected this. My Y. That's interesting. If I select it like this, it works if I select it that way. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Let's start in the bottom right. Doesn't remove any of it if I start in the bottom right. What are the removed things it's trying to do? Okay, so we've discovered another bug. All right, let's draw it out this way. A little bit easier for me to think about the coordinates. It'll print the coordinates out. What are the ones that we're trying to remove? 0, -2. It's like my Y position. -1. It's like going the wrong way. Minus my offsets. It's interesting that it kind of worked. Are you purposely trying to not use JS for the challenge? Yes, not just for the challenge, but I'm doing it in Blazor, right? So JavaScript interop is not free. It is not a free expense. So going directly to JavaScript, because this is done using WebAssembly. So when you start doing JavaScript interop, there's an overhead that gets added in, and it can desync your display, what's actually rendered, what the program thinks is rendered versus what's actually rendered. So there's part of it is a challenge. Part of it is challenge. Part of it is, if I do that, then I have to introduce non-C# code. That still works. That still works. There we go. And I think I got it. All right. Yeah, so there's some interesting things here. This is really my first time seriously attempting something with Blazor, and I'm also not much of a web dev. I don't do a lot of web development. So this has been a really fun experience for me. A huge learning experience for sure as well. I've been learning a ton. I need my clipboard selection to get updated as well. Okay, so once we're done moving, the clipboard selection needs to update to the new, like there's a new location. And so I need to include that in here. Skylar, I'm glad you've been enjoying that as well. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Thank you so much for being here and following along with this adventure. All right. So I'm going to do a partial commit. I'm going to do a commit here of what I have so far because I'm pretty happy with this. Technically, this meets our requirements. It's a little bit what I would call kludgy. It's a little bit of a kludge, right? I am glad that I can select my tiles like this. This is really cool. Let's see what happens. Hang on, I want to see what happens here with figures. Can I move my figure? I'm 90% sure I'll be able to move a figure as well. Yes. Okay. So my figure gets moved. All right, happy to do that. I'm really glad you've been enjoying it. I was kind of worried people were getting really bored of this. I'm not bored of it, but it doesn't feel as exciting as some of the other This is less prototypey than some of the stuff I've done in the past, and so I feel like it moves a lot slower because it's not a prototype. There's like prototype thing. I'm learning a lot, and so I was a little worried that people may not be finding it super interesting. But I've been having a lot of fun with it. All right, so cool. I'm quite happy with this. What happens? This is what I want to check. What happens if I do this? Okay, so I can move that underneath like that. Why is the figure green on the grid? That's just what I have as a placeholder for what my figures look like. Eventually, my figures are kind of dumb right now. All right, eventually I'd like to give them icons and metadata so that they look more interesting, they look cooler. But really they're just placeholders for me right now to say, by the way, my board needs to have this data on it. So this is more of a placeholder than anything. There's going to be two types of things. Figures and props can occupy spaces, and then doors will actually occupy in between spaces. So doors will actually be on the line here. So we're gonna have to figure out how to represent doors, but doors will go between sets of tiles. Okay, at least that's my plan right now. What happens? So here's an interesting thing. What happens if I do this? Okay, it does replace it. I wasn't sure. That's a behavior I think makes sense. If I take a figure like this and I put it here, it's gonna delete the thing that was there because I can't both be them. So they are different than the gray grid. Yes, yeah. So these represents like tokens. So when I call them figures, they represent a representation of like a monster or a player like that. So they're going to be figures on the board. So this is like a player character, non-player character. And then there's also going to be props that can be placed on the board. So this is represented on top of the grid like that. So they can be placed on the board. They're like sort of fixtures on the board that can be added and removed depending on situations. I guess tiles could be added and removed as well. All right, so I'm quite happy with this. Let's get a commit in. Then we'll take a quick break. I'm really happy with this, the way this turned out here. On drag, we just update our mouse position. On drop, we do these things. Let's do a format. This should go here. Let's move this up to the top. Just doing some restructuring here. I'm glad it makes sense, Nameless Coder. Oh, I didn't. My dot can's on. All right. So we'll do this. Let's go into, there's one thing that's been driving me nuts to get at. My .NET format does this really annoying thing. And you'll see that in just a moment. It removes an import that it shouldn't remove. And I need to figure that out. I don't know how hard it would be to program, but I think it would be cool if you put a figure on top of another. It moves to the side into a free space on the board. That way you can't accidentally remove the figures while you play. So this is just the editor. I think an undo button would be better, right? So what it needs to be is like, as I'm moving things, have it display if something's going to be deleted. That would be a good thing to say, hey, by the way, when you move this, the figure underneath will turn red, and say, by the way, it's going to delete this thing. Anything that you're hovering over should probably have a red thing saying it's going to go away. Right, so I think a preview of it would be nice. The image is still covering the code to the original place. Name is coder, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I think undo is a more important feature to help with that, which shouldn't be crazy to implement, and I should probably start thinking about how to implement it now. So select tile, so you'll notice in my, where did my Git Explorer? Git. How do I get my Git back here? Git. Where did Git go? Windows. How do I open up my Git tab? Oh, gotcha. Nameless Coder, no worry. Yeah, undo is the feature that we'll probably end up adding in next. It's an issue that I have here. Undo, redo. This will be a good time to like go over the command pattern. So using command pattern to do undo and redo is going to be a good thing. But that is one of the issues we have here. I'm missing, there's a get window that I don't know where the window is. And I'm new to Visual Studio. All right, so which one do I select here to open up the window though? There's no window here. Yeah, this isn't what I want here. Get changes. This is what I want. This is what I wanted. All right, view the get changes. I accidentally closed this window apparently. Okay. So I was going to show you in this, when I do the format, for some reason, it likes to remove this import. And I don't understand why. This import is necessary. And so when I go to do my pull request, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, so the get format does that weird thing. Okay, so let's look at our actual changes, make sure that they make sense. This one can be separate. This one can be separate. So let's add this. Let's undo all of these. Position. Sure. Save. Okay. So this one would be a feature. Add negation, negate operator to position. Okay. Then this is really the last little bit that we did here. And I don't think there's anything crazy in these. I can zoom out a little bit so we can see it better. I know that's small, but I like being able to see it side by side. So we added this on drop. Oh, interesting. Nameless coder. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That would be new to me. So I can save the layouts. Is there I'll have to look that up. Gives me so much anxiety. Why does Git give you anxiety? Git gives me the opposite of that. It makes me feel confident that I can make changes without breaking anything. It's like, just go for it. Just erase everything, break all the things. So we rearranged this, which is a little bit annoying. It's showing that we moved stuff. So I'm not sure I should have done that all here, but I want this this is sort of the interface implementation up here. These are bonus parts of the construction. All right, and then the last little thing didn't change much. The selection render, we now position it like this. The clipboard, all we did is say send that. Okay, so pretty nice little changes here. All right, so this here is going to be our feature. On implement on drop. This would be move selection tool dot on drop. Cut slash paste from original position. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we need to update our selection thing. Okay. All right, I'm super happy with this. We've been going for 90 minutes, so we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get myself, I'm out of bean water. I'm gonna get myself some Earl Grey tea. I'm gonna get myself some water. Nameless Coder says it is save window layer under the window tab. Okay, so I just missed that there. Save window layout, awesome. There's apply window layout. Ooh, I like that a lot. That'll be super helpful for me when I'm working between, like if I'm working on stream and then off stream, it'll be really nice to have that. When working in group projects, I'm terrified I'm gonna break everything when I push. Oh, you can't, so just do it on a different branch and open up a pull request. You can't break anything that was there previously. That's a great thing about it. You can go back in time. You can always go back in time. All right, we're gonna take a break. Don't go anywhere. Captain Coder will be back. Hang tight, everybody. Gonna get myself some Earl Grey tea. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, Captain's back. My hair is crazy from the hats. Crazy from the hats. Look, I'm back. Captain Coder loves you, which means you should love you. If you love, you gotta love yourself.
You in the back. Pay attention.
One way you can love yourself is by getting up and stretching with the captain. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna get some stretches in. Come on up. Stand up with me every 60 minutes, every 2 hours, 90 minutes, whatever it happens to be. I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna implore you. I'm gonna engorge you to stand up and take care of yourself. Let's go and stand up. We're gonna do some stretches. Get those arms up at the side. We're gonna go back and forth, left, and right. Let's get that nice trunk twisted. If you feel any pain, stop. We're taking care of ourselves. We're loving ourselves. Time to stretch. That's right, Code Monk. That's right. Get those arms up nice and high. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Oh, yeah. Nice deep breath in. Reach up as high as you can. Get up on those tippy toes. And then we're going to hinge. We're going to exhale and hinge at the hips here. And we're just going to hang. Oh, yeah. Just hang here. Get that nice stretch in. Nice slow breathing in and out. Focus on stretching that lower back. Those glutes, that's your butt and your lower back here. Oh, yeah. Doesn't that feel good? And we're going to breathe in nice and slow as we do. Roll up. Bring those shoulders up, back and down. We're going to get some shoulder rolls in and back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. 2, 3, 4. Goop. Welcome back to the stream. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Shake it out. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel great? Taking care of ourselves, taking care of our body, loving ourselves the way we deserve to be loved, because you're lovely people. Thank you guys so much for joining me in those stretches, for joining me. 125 points. All you beautiful people out there. Let's hop back in. Goob, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Monday. I'm so charged up this week. I had a nice little break, little vacation for myself. I staycation. I didn't go anywhere. My sister was visiting. So wonderful to hang out with her. Yippee, points number go up. That's right, Skylar Muffin. The number go up. So we're going to hop back in here. Let's hop back in. Lance, I'm glad you enjoyed those stretches. Any day I don't stretch. I don't stretch all the time when I'm not streaming. Let's get another hat on the stack. Let's get a hat stack started. Lance, thank you so much. I haven't stretched in a few days. That's not true. I stretched on Saturday. Because I do drums, Japanese drums, taiko, and so it's kind of physical. So we do stretches for that. But I didn't do any coding stretches this weekend, so I missed it. It's great. Muffin, we got a little bit of a cool down there. Sorry, you'll get there. For 1,000 points, the bonus hat command will get you one. But it costs 1,000 points. It's twice as much. Second hat costs twice as much. Taiko drums. I've been having a blast with taiko drums. Taking taiko classes, learning some songs. I want to buy some drums now. It makes me want to buy the big old Japanese drums. They're really cool. So when I drop this, let's look at what I'm trying to accomplish. Right now, so we have our drag to move implemented. Notice my selection area is weird, right? My selection area is this original area. I need to make it so that it moves my selection area down here. I'm gonna have to save up a little. Yeah, do it. It'd be awesome. Gotta keep you sun safe. From the hats. Gotta get my hats, keep me safe from the sun. I appreciate that. All right, so when we are done moving, I want to update my selection to the new area. So before we redraw, let's take a look at my clipboard. I think the way to do this is, I'm not entirely sure, but when we're done, One way to do it would be to have a the board data hasn't changed. The board offset hasn't changed. The bounding box has changed, I think. How hard? Yeah, the bounding box has changed. And what are we doing with the bounding box here? Bounding box at top left, yeah. So our bounding box has changed and it has adjusted some amount. I don't know what that amount is. This is an interesting little challenge here. I'm trying to understand. It's one of those things where you say, well, it's easy to say, well, just move it over. It's like, how much do I move it over? I think I can just move my bounding box by the amount that was changed, though. So my new top left, is this origin minus selection offset? No. Mouse position minus selection. This is my new top left corner. My new top left corner. So let's see what happens. I think I can move my selection. I need to be able to set up a new selection here. When this thing finishes on success. All right, so I'm gonna make it so on success. I'm gonna give this a function to call when it's done. And on success, our bounding box, we'll have this take in a position which is our top left. Can I do this? This is what I want. Make an on success here. Okay. We'll do a public required action position on success. And after we do the drop, call on success dot invoke with our mouse position minus selection offset. It's going to be our new top left. All right, so we remove the original tiles like that. Gotta keep you safe, yeah. Shy Programmer, welcome in. Thank you for the hat. Congratulations on your number 16. Not bad. Not bad. Let's get another hat on this stack. Boom. Thank you so much. I feel suave. Suave. Is suave the right word? Suave. It's pronounced suave. Thank you so much for the hat. Welcome back. Fabulous. Fabulous to have you here. Let's try this. Yeah, let's get that hat on. There were build errors. All right, so what is my build error here? Oh, I need to do bounding box equals. Let's try that. What have you been up to, Shy Programmer? It's great to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Did this go through? I think it did. Okay. All right. Look at that. Can we do multiple chunks? Okay, we can't. The offset is weird when we do the multiple chunks, so something's not quite right there. Oh, thought I have it. The way I've set it up to, this would be so much easier if I didn't allow non-contiguous chunks. Yeah, this Harris Heller, this is their what is this album called? This is a good album by the Stream Beats album. No worries, Chat Program. Any day you can pop in and just say hello. I appreciate it so much. I really do. All right, so our top left isn't quite right. Like top left minus something. We need to subtract something out here. Yeah, good luck on your drive. Yeah, be safe, my friend, and drive safe. Our selection offset. I wonder if it's just mouse position. If doing the selection offset is a problem. I wonder if it's just our mouse position. Oh, I love when people have questions. I love when people have questions. There we go. Okay. All right. All right, I think we have it. By Jove. By Jove, I think we've got it. Okay. Oh, that feels good to have. Yeah, be careful. I appreciate it. It's good to, we want to see you again. We always like seeing you here. Skyler, I'm trying to think of more questions. Awesome. Awesome. Let's get this. All right, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's get that added in and committed. All right, we finished. We got this feature working. There's going to be an issue with my format, I'm pretty sure, when I go to push. All right, so this is a feat move selection area on this is a fix move, well, it's called a feature move selected area after drag. All right, boom, I like it. Woo! Let's get this pushed up. See how we did. All right, let's get a pull request in. Do you like watching streams? I feel like I learned so much from watching other people code in real time when I do from tutorials. Absolutely. I feel like I learn a ton watching other people stream as well. And then for me, I've learned a ton. I've been lucky enough that I've had some incredible people start watching me and help me. So I have learned a ton from the community. And so I try and tell people one of the best things you can do for learning is to get someone to read your code as well as read the code of others. All right. So this is a big feature here. Feature, implement, select, and move section. So this would be the start of a great way to do, I think, like copy paste as well. So we've been working on this feature for a while, but we got this in here. Let's go ahead and create this pull request. Implements and closes number 73. Yeah. Just by being here, you're helpful. Keep him asking questions, saying like, why are you doing it this way? What's the purpose of that? I learned so much by not having, but by explaining things. All right, be careful, Shy Programmer. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for popping in. We'll be back on Wednesday. All right, so this is gonna fail. The .NET format is gonna cause me issues, I'm pretty sure. McNets, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here on this beautiful day. How you doing, friend? How you doing, McNets? It's wonderful to see you. Bye, Shy Programmer. Have a great day. All right, this one, look it up. We made a lot of changes. Made a lot of changes, but that's okay. This is a huge pull request. It's a big feature. It was a big feature. Is a big feature. But it's gonna fail though, right? Yeah. So there's something interesting here that I'd like to figure out what's going on with this. It is saying I don't need this using on line 4 of select tiles, but I do. So my .NET format is being painful. Select tiles tool. Saying I can remove this. So there's a warning in my .NET format that's trying to remove that. It's needed for this though. Okay, so it is needed for that. There's a couple ways I could fix this. There's a couple ways, and I think the way I've fixed it before is by adding in an ignore. Because it was going on in another file as well. Figure tool? Where is it? Working in your office today. Do you normally get to work from home? So I hate to add in this pragma that says just don't take this out. Okay, we could also do, hang on, move selection tool. Sorry, no, this would be select tiles tool. I could do this, I think. With this clipboard this is really annoying. I hate this. Where's the search feature here? I want to find text. The text I want to find is ignore. There's like a hash ignore. Oh, there's too many hash here. Warning disabled. This is what I want to do. See, it was doing it here as well. It feels dirty to do this. So I hate doing that, but I think that's what I have to do to get the .NET format to ignore it. Ah, you work 2 days at home, so you have like the hybrid. Where you're gonna work at home and then in. Yeah, I feel very fortunate. I've been working at home for a couple years now. Fully remote. And I gotta say, I love it. I love it. All right, so now the .NET format should miss that. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. It's because of this file having it as an import here. It thinks it can safely remove it. Yeah, I work as an online teacher. The school I work at is fully remote, online, for young kids, so ages 10 to 14. So this is a chore. Add pragma to disable .NET format on required code. Let's get that up. Let's check that out. This is not where I want to be. It should rebuild here. I think we'll get it this time. Joel, to join my class, yeah. My school is for young children. And I love working with young kids. Yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Working at summer camps, I started out as a music teacher, so teaching young people music was always a really just a joyful experience for me. And I feel very, very fortunate, very lucky to have my essentially dream job of teaching young people, hopefully inspiring them. And I get to program all day, and I love programming. That's the other thing. Okay. See how we're doing. All right, we got past the child child stack, the style check this time. All right, so our test should pass. We haven't written tests. I've been writing this in a way, I've been abstracting and doing pretty good, I think, in a way that I think we could start writing tests for a lot of this UI interaction, where it's begun to get abstracted out. All right, beautiful. So at some point we should do that, but finally got this feature done. Got to decide what to do next, but let's look at the challenge that I was having before that helped inform what are the things I want to be able to do. What are the things I want to be able to do? Why am I choosing the next branch in a specific way? Let's go to our main. Oh, feels good to have that feature done. Apparently I shouldn't switch branches from the terminal like that. VS doesn't like it. Might be time for undo. Undo, redo. Implementing the command pattern now is probably a good idea. So that way, going forward, adding new things, we want to be able to undo and redo various things. As we do new things, being able to follow that pattern on our tools, I think will be really helpful. And so our tools should probably generate a command, and then that command gets applied, and then you can do an undo on those commands, and there's a list of actions to undo and redo. Getting the keyboard input will be interesting as well, because I don't know how to do that yet effectively and propagate it through my program. So I think that will be a good exercise as well. I can go and delete this branch here. The one thing that we've been doing though is can I draw this board? So what's been having me do features like this is, can I draw this board? How easy. And as we've gone along, it said, oh man, I accidentally misdrew part of the board and I need to move it. And so we went ahead and said, okay, well, the feature for moving selected things needs to exist to be able to do this. So let's see if we can draw this board out using our tool. And I'll get that popped up over here in the top right so we can see it as we're going. Can we draw this board? And that's been what we've been using to inform ourselves of what we need to add in next. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build an input manager, I think, for it. I just don't know where to put it in the DOM. Like where I think it needs to be on the whole window and have it propagate to different events. And I don't know how to do that. All right, let's see if we can do it. Here's my board. Let's start in the top left corner here. So, oh no, I can't draw. What's going on? I've broken something horribly. I can no longer. Oh no! I have a broken. Oh, okay. My program's not running. That's what's going on. Nothing was working. I was like, oh no. Maybe I've broken stuff though. I wasn't able to draw. Okay, good. It's working. All right, so we can delete. All right, so I'm starting in the top left corner here. So I got a 2, and then this I believe is 6x4. So see how we have 6x4. This was informed. I don't know if you can see that on the screen well. Drawing those numbers was informed by trying to draw this out and getting the size wrong and not quite knowing how big it was. So we have a 4x4 section here with a 2 here and a 2 here. And then this I believe is 1, 2, 3, 4. and then a 2, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 plus 6, so 10 by 2. Okay. So I'm gonna need to make this longer, taller in a second. But let's come down our hallway here. This should be 2 wide. Like this. And someone was saying a symmetry tool would be really nice. Be able to select a thing and say copy and do a like a flip on it would be really nice actually. This section here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I got a 6 by 2. And then this section here is, I need my map to be taller. Let's go ahead and increase it to 50 tall. The height of 50 here. JD, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Folks, if you guys don't know JD does dev, be sure to go give him some love. The host of the Captain.
I feel like you're talking
Captain
with Captain.
Heart
Let me see if I could do my Captain impression. I am not the Captain, but my eyebrows also move in a way like the Captain.
Hope you're having a beautiful day, JD. Welcome back into the stream. All right, so this next section here is going to be a 4 wide, and then 2 by 2, a 2 by 1 on either end. So it's the top and the bottom here. I need this to be wider, so I need to be longer on the right side. So I need to increase my width. Let's make this 50 wide, and it's going to be a 6, 2 by 6, or 6 by 2, I guess. And then this is a 4 by 2, and then we have a 2 come up like that. I believe this here was 1. So I'm just gonna fall in at what it's maybe easy to see on the map. There's a 2 tile, and then there's a 4 tile. Yeah. Get ready to post my first Godot tutorial. Very cool. Very cool. I'm looking forward to it. Drop a link to your YouTube channel for us so we can find it. Add this in here like so. And then we got the 6 by 4. The little ends here, like this. Okay. And notice I'm going to have to move this up. I'm noticing right here it's too tall. So luckily I have it implemented so I can move it down. Yeah. JD, tell us about your tutorial. What's your first tutorial going to be about? What is it? What are you doing in it? All right. So this is a 4 by 6. Like so. And then these are 6 with an extra one at the end. So 6. And then an end. Like that. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 2 6 by 6s here. Oh, I have 2 wide. I'm 2 wide. Yeah, so this is 6. Notice I can't get this high enough. So I actually need to move my whole board. Here's the moment of truth. Can I move my whole board down? I can. Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet. All right, so this would be a 6 by 6. And then we have a little 2 at the top. 2 on the side. 2 on the side. These down here, little 3 in like that. Oh, this is feeling good. Make flickering lights for torches. Very cool. You got a link to your YouTube so people can follow you. All right, and we got 4, and then 4. Oop, that was 5. We'll end up adding that in anyway. But this needs to come around here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's looking pretty good. And this is a 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. This is going to come all the way across, actually. What's interesting is the way I might be able to draw this. All right, 4, and then this would be another 4 down, 4 across, like so. Oops, that's where that undo would come in nice. I can delete it like this. And then we got a 4 section down here. All right, we managed to draw that whole section out. Managed to draw that whole section out. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's make sure our save still works. It don't need to be quite this wide. The width here, if we go down to 30, we'll do 32 just to keep it. Oh, is that right? Yeah, there we go. We don't quite need to be that tall. Let's try 40. 40, and just for posterity, let's center. We'll do 42. Posterity might not be the right word. 43, and then I want to select this whole thing and move it down 1. Oh no, that didn't work. Or maybe I didn't actually move it. There we go. All right. I was like, oh no, it did not work. Okay, let's hit save here. All right, let's reload. All right, so there's some weirdness here. So check this out. When I load this board, I know it's pushing things over, but there's some weirdness to it. The width and height here isn't saved. 32 by 43 is what we had. You'll notice there's some weirdness where the overflow isn't being handled properly. JD, thank you for the link. Folks, be sure to go give JD some love. If you want to follow a great streamer doing software dev, doing a lot of work in Godot, currently game dev in Godot. Awesome stuff. Oh, of course, JD, you're always welcome here. Always welcome to share what you're doing. We love what you're doing here, JD. It does look like an upside down robot. I agree. Ah! With one eye. With one eye. Ah! Why are you in my dungeon? Full Dev, welcome back to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you for the doy, JD. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. We can load it. We can save it. We can so the tiles here are pretty good. Okay. What do I want to do next? Undo redo feels like a pretty good feature. There's some refactoring I want to consider as well. You'll notice I'm not actually able give a sub. Awesome. Thank you for following JD, Skylar. I can add these things in, but they're really just fake. It might be time to start defining figures, additional data on figures. So you can see I can add the figures in. These things over here are supposed to be props. All right, so we can add these figures in like that. They don't represent the enemy, the actual figure that's there. So I think it may be time to do that. A full copy paste feature could be important. Let's look at some. Let me turn off the dot cam. Let me pull this back over here. Close that. Uh-oh, did I lose my? There you are. Okay, so copy paste, a true copy paste feature would be really nice. You recommend my thumbnails, JD? You've seen my thumbnails. Here's what I recommend. All right, so if you look at like how my statistics go, I get really good click-through rate when I use AI generated images where I say with giant eyes. But let me show you some of the ones that have done decent for me. Make goofy faces or generate goofy faces and put big text on it. People click on it. Let me show you what I have here. YouTube. Do I have YouTube? Yeah. So these are the things. These are my thumbnails. These are the thumbnails I use. This one, people really seem to like this one. And this one does pretty good. I was surprised this one didn't do better. This one worked out pretty well. People liked this one as well. And Captain Spider. People really liked that one. Your stream shot folder, yeah. So these ones work pretty well. If you don't want to do your face, the other ones that have done pretty well for me, let's see, do I have video icons? Do I have a YouTube? There's a video icons folder. Don't do a solid red background. These do terrible. These ones do terrible, but the big font on there seems to help out. I will say this one has, the reason I haven't changed my YouTube one for this one is this one has been just doing super well. As far as like click-through rate goes, this one's been doing well. The gross thing happened to you the other day with spiders? Oh no. Do tell us. Do tell us. Or don't, you know. This one did really well. So I haven't changed it. Normally, I try and change it like every week, every few days. But this one just continues to just perform as far as click-throughs go on my Captain Coder YouTube channel. I get lots and lots of views with this particular icon. So big eye is a way to go in my opinion. One or two, at least one big eye. People like something goofy and then a big font on there. Okay. True or implement. Copy, cut, and paste. Need we a true copy, cut, paste would be very helpful for duplicating repeated areas. Okay. Summer class starts today, Jake. Awesome. What class are you taking? You sound excited about your summer class. Are you taking a class that's fun? Excited about it sounds like. I was brushing my teeth and I felt something. Oh no, goodness. All right, that's yikes. Data structures in Java, very nice. Maybe you'll become a spider woman. Maybe. Excuse me. That sneeze came out of nowhere. Decide I should eat something before heading out and be safer to drive on a full stomach. That's a good idea. I've been doing intermittent fasting. So I've been fasting 16 hours a day. So I cannot, New Fear unlocked for real. Congratulations on your number 17 X4. So I can eat. It's been really good for me. I think I have, look, I don't want to take away from anyone who has an eating disorder, but I have a compulsion. I compulsively snack and compulsively eat. And so I've started forcing myself to have periods of the day that I'm not allowed to eat. And that's been working really, really well. No way for you, F Mune. X4, thank you for the hat. Let's get another hat on this stack. Boom, there it is. So yeah, I will say I've been doing it this will be day 16 of my intermittent fasting. And honestly, it has been, I thought it was gonna be really, really challenging. It hasn't been that hard. I don't feel super hungry pretty much ever during the time, because it's not that I'm not eating. It's that I'm just not eating outside of that time period. It's been really, really good. I would literally pass out, Pietro. Some people, yeah. So if your body, so if I was feeling sick, if I wasn't feeling well, I probably would stop. But I haven't been. So it's been working really well for me to have essentially been eating like 2 pretty big meals a day. And one of the things that's nice about it is it's not a set period of time each day that I can do it. It's that at the end of the day, so the last time I ate yesterday was at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. So 16 hours from that time is when I can eat. So that would be 7, 8, 9, 10. At 11:30 today, I can eat. You gotta listen to your body when it comes, exactly. Different people work differently, but I've been really, really happy. Emporium Guy, thank you so much for the follow. Have you met Emporium Guy? Emporium Guy has followed me today. You know it's true. Thank you for following me today. Emporium Guy, welcome in. Congratulations on your number 18. So glad to have you here. There's a couple things we could do as well. Another thing that we could do would be to this would be an enhancement. Implement automatic build / deploy. So people often ask like, oh, can I test this? Can I use it? And there's not a place you can actually see it, but it'd be nice to have it when we push into main. When pushing into main, it would be useful to have a build and deploy to a test environment for people to check out the current state of the project. This would also be nice if I'm like in the middle of editing something. It'd be nice to have a page I can go to, because people say like, what are you working on? Like, sometimes it's broken. And so it'd be really nice to have a thing say like, oh, here it is. You can go check it out here. And then get people could be able to give feedback a little bit easier that way as well. So there's a lot of things we could do here. This one would be nice. The hero actor figure should reference a hero enemy. This is a thing that I'd like to be able to do. Being able to rotate figures is going to be important too. So one thing that's kind of interesting is, apparently I closed it. Let's get this back open. My figures that are not symmetrical, right? So a 2x2 rotation doesn't matter. It occupies the right space. But a 2x1 and a 1x2 can technically rotate around. So a figure that looks like this, technically this figure can rotate its shape, especially when it's going down or around corners. It's going to be important. So when this figure in the game, when it moves, it needs to be able to move into this space here and have its body rotate around. Little bit interesting thing here. And we can see that if we look at this board here, this setup here, you'll see down here, we have, this is the Hellhound in this game. The Hellhound can be rotated this direction, but it can also be rotated this other direction. So it can be vertical or horizontal. So we need to be able to rotate our figures. You'll see that actually here. You can actually see it up here. So there's a Hellhound here that's horizontal. And then up here, it's the same type of figure, but it's rotated vertically. So the figures that are asymmetrical, we need to figure out how to rotate them in there. So we need to have some kind of rotation associated with it. It'd be nice for the image too, in the gameplay, to be able to rotate it the direction that thing is facing as well. That could be really useful. Shy Programmer, let's check out your question. Shy Programmer asks, save. What are good things to create graphical assets for games? You can list different things. I already know of Blender for 3D stuff, but what about 2D? I like Aseprite and Aseprite for pixel editing. I really like Inkscape. Inkscape is where I've done all of I don't do a lot of graphics, a lot of art, but Inkscape is where I've done my art. It's a free open source tool. So let me pull this over here. So Inkscape is the tool that I've used for a lot of my work. Let me blur my screen real quick. I don't want to accidentally show something. I have students work on my computer. I don't want to dox any students. Or folder names, I suppose. I don't know. I'm trying to better safe than sorry, right? Let's go to my art folder. Apparently it's not there. Where's there it is. Poorly drawn card game here. Yeah, I think Andy Lippy did this one. It's a really cool card effect. Okay, so here is when I do art, this is the program that I typically use for drawing. So let's go with vectors. All right. So for example, this is for the card game. One of the card game. Uh-oh, did this file get messed up? All right. So this is a drawing program here. Finite. Thank you. JD. I couldn't remember who the author of that one was. Thank you very much. Kevster, welcome to the stream. So I use this program to do drawing. This is a vector-based program, so I have a little drawing pen I can use. And so I can, you know, I have a drawing pad. I can do stuff like this. And then I can create layers with these different things. So this is a really nice vector program. This is similar to, how do you write in Inkscape? Like just text or with handwritten? Shy programmer, good question. So there's a couple different ones. I like the calligraphy tool if I want to do sort of like smooth strokes. And then there's some other tools as well. So there's several different tools, but you can set how the smoothness and stuff on it as well. But like this is all hand drawn using Inkscape to do these here. So this card, I've done a bunch of other ones as well. Essentially, this was a card game we made here. Inkscape. Oh, good question. Inkscape. How do you write it? God, I thought you said, how do I write in Inkscape? Gotcha. No, it's not an NFT card game. BrainZap, welcome back to the stream. Not an NFT card game. All this art is actually open source. You can find it on my website if you want to use it. What is it? Jern Jam 2? If you want to go play the game where this art can be found, you can find it on it was for a game jam. We made a bunch of this art, and I actually have physical copies of all this stuff too. So I turned this into a physical card game as a prototype just to test it out. I want to see what the cards printed out, what the colors looked like. But I actually have, let me just do this on my doc cam. That'll be better. So I actually have all of these sort of in physical form as well. So these were all the different cards we made for the Poorly Drawn card game. Yeah, we did all this stuff. Most of these were done live on stream as well, all the art for it. So I had a blast making this game. And someday I might actually, my plan was to turn this into a class. My class was a little bit too complex. Not enough students were interested in doing the class, but all of these things were printed here as well. I had 3 students interested in doing the class, but I need 7 to actually be able to teach the class. But yeah, I had a ton of fun making this game, doing all this art and stuff. Yeah, I had a blast. I had such a good time making it. Yeah, we physically printed it. Inkscape for doing that. Of course, there's the Photoshop tool set. I like GIMP as well. I just haven't used Photoshop very much. So I'm a big fan of the GIMP program, graphic image manipulation program, I think is what it's called. It's GNU's image manipulation program. That's what that stands for. So if you want to open source free, so Inkscape's open source, GIMP is open source. I think those are both fantastic 2D tools. Aseprite's open source as well, but if you want to, so those are all open. I just realized those are all open source tools. You can make things from scratch in GIMP, yeah, but it's really good, or I have found it very useful to use GIMP to modify existing images, apply filters, apply shadings, that type of stuff. That said, I hear Photoshop is fantastic as well if you're willing to pay the monthly cost to work with Photoshop. That's a subscription service, right? And maybe I'll use it. I actually have a subscription to it through my work, but I just don't use it. Okay. Pixel Art is a good free online one too. Yeah, share it. Send us a link. We'll take a look at it. I really feel like this command, the undo redo, I think is going to be pretty important. It's such a big feature to implement though. So there's also a refactor maybe I should do. My figures. Oh yeah, there's this weird bug. There's a weird bug. Look at this. This is weird. Oh, maybe it's not weird. Yeah, that's a weird bug. There's some convenience things, so unselecting a selected area is a little bit awkward. So to unselect it, I have to click off of it, and that actually draws the thing. So there's some weirdness to it. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of 3D. There's some voxel art ones. Pixel Magica, or is it Voxel Magica? Magica Voxel. I've used this for doing voxel art, which is really cool. This is a really cool program for doing voxel-based art. Pixelart.com. Okay, pixelart.com. Apparently it's a good pixel art tool. I've never used it. Thank you for sharing that with us. Blockbase, JD says. Kenny has a cool 2D to 3D program. I forgot what it's called. I own this one. Kenny Tools. This is a really cool Kenny Shape. Is a really cool tool where you draw, it's like pixel art and then it gets converted into 3D art, voxel based art. So this is a really cool tool. It generates 3D models using pixel art. I really like this one. I bought this one because I get this for my students if we're doing a class that I think would be appropriate. I bought this for a couple students or a couple classes where my students, we get them this to create it because it's really, really simple to take 2D things and turn it into a simple 3D model. Stuff is really cool. Let's look here. Okay. I really like the Kenny Shape one. Kenny Shape. Here, I'll send a link to it. Yeah, I really like this tool. Have I used any of the Creature Mixers? A really cool tool. It's the only one I've used. Asset Forge. I haven't even heard of this one. Create 3D models using blocks. This is probably a good tool. I've been really impressed. Probably Windows only. I don't know if that's true though. But apparently there's a 3D model creation tool. I haven't used this one. I don't do a lot of 3D games. When I've done stuff, I've mostly stuck to 2D. Yeah, I hope that's somewhat helpful. Okay. We are going to... Oh, I was gonna say, the way the figure drag and drop works is interesting. I'm on Windows and Windows only is fine? That's fair, that's fair. The figures work differently than everything else. So you'll notice something that's interesting here as I'm selecting my tiles. It's hard to actually get a selection of my figure in there. I can do it. It's a little bit awkward. I'm glad that helped, Shy Programmer. I'm very glad that helped. Wondering. That seems to be okay. There's a weird little bug there. All right. Let's go ahead. Undo, redo, I think, is going to be super useful to have. As much as I want to implement more figure, like make my figures look cooler. Maybe I want to make my figures look cooler. Maybe that's really what I want. I wanted to make a game soon with graphics this time. I'll look around at the different things you listed and choose what fits. And Shy Programmer, I think, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with Open Game Art. It depends on what you're doing, of course. I'm a big fan of this website. Open Game Art. This isn't an art creation, but for finding prototypes or just putting things together, this is all open source artwork. So you can use this stuff in your games. And I have found this site to be incredibly useful when I'm making games. Highly, highly recommend that one. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so I had fun. I don't do a lot of art, but I have fun with Inkscape and other things. So I'm not much of an artiste. All right, I think undo and redo is going to be an important feature. Yeah, I think undo, redo is going to be an important feature. So getting those to get sent through reading keyboard input, I think that's what I want to work on next. My undo, redo. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a minute, but I'm going to take a quick break here. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. We're back. All right, we are going to start working on our undo redo feature. All right, so we're going to work on our undo redo feature. I think that's going to be an important one. As much as I want to start working on the figures, I think getting the editor to feel good, have this implemented in a way would be nice. But we're going to use this using the command pattern. Or I think we're gonna do it using the command pattern. It's a pretty standard way to do undo, redo. Let's get this branch set up here. Okay. And so the idea behind the command pattern, let's open up this probably Wikipedia page. A little bit, my game dev, I would say my videos are pretty limited. That tutorial is okay. There are better resources for learning game dev, in my opinion, than the videos I've provided. It's a good way. You can get started with it, though. Look, if anyone really wants to learn game dev, you should get excited for the Game Jam. Kind of Learn You a Game Jam, where it's just about making something small, sharing your work with other people. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's go look at Learn You a Game Jam. All right. Need to get this open up here. So Learn You a Game Jam is a game jam that I'm hosting, that we'll be hosting here in June. It starts in 1 month. So I highly recommend it. Do Control Z, Control Shift Z. Control Shift Z is what I usually use, boop. So that's probably what I do. Control Y is a little bit awkward for my hand, so it's going to be Control Shift Z. Do I have a... I really need to get a... I need a scene. Hang on. We're going to add something in here. All right. So here's my OBS setup. My desktop... Do I have a full desktop here? Is this my left screen, I believe? Hang on, let's see here. This is my desktop one. That's my left screen. That's this one. Okay, so I need, but it's cropped out. So it's cropped out. So you only see part of this desktop. I want to add in a way for you guys to see. If I go full screen, I want you guys to be able to see the full screen. Nothing to see. That's funny. Let me add in a scene. Full screen. I'm gonna add in a scene called full screen here. And this is going to have my whole desktop. The whole right side, just scaled down, because the right desktop's massive now. Be just display capture. So it's our desktop 2. It's not showing. Oh, is this, or it already has the filter applied to it. It has the crop applied to it, so I can't do that. Can I duplicate this? It won't let me duplicate it that way, so I think I have to make a completely separate one. Let's remove that here. Let's try display capture. Desktop 2 full. And we will make it be this screen. Okay. And then we're going to scale it down. Yeah, it can count as a devlog. Just keep in mind that those ones, if you want to win, you probably need to do more than just a stream. But that is absolutely a way to share your work. Fit to screen. All right, so this is my whole desktop here. My desktop's giant. All right, so you can see my whole desktop. I have like all this extra space, but for the stream, to keep it scaled down, I have it there. Gotcha. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so let's turn off. Now I need to go into my recording generic. What I want to do is I want to add a source in here. That is the full screen, and that's going to go on top of everything. So when I do a video share, I can do a full screen. So this will be a scene in case I change how full screen works. Full screen. Like that. I don't want it on top of everything, so I got to move it down. Apparently I can't scroll here very well. There we go. I want it just above that one. Yeah, so if I want to go full screen, okay, so I have this full screen buttons. Shy Programmer, have a beautiful day. We'll check it. We'll catch you next time. We'll catch you next time. All right, so if I want to go full screen, I can do it using this button here. All right. And now let me add this to my Stream Deck to make it a little bit easier to go full screen. My Stream Deck is pretty full. So I'm trying to figure out what button do I want to replace with. This enhance button I'm not using. So let's get my Stream Deck here. All right, so now we can turn off studio mode here. Studio mode off. All right, so but if I go full screen now, you'll see here, this is what my full screen looks like. I have you guys zoomed in on just that. That's right, we have the enhance button. We have the enhance button. So I'm gonna let's open my Stream Deck here. Grumpy, how have you been, my friend? Guys, be sure to go check out the Grumpy Game Dev. Always streams every day before, early in the morning, even before I am. You're doing aight. I'm glad you're doing aight. Great to have you. Grumpy challenged me to do test-driven development, and I really appreciate it. So the second Saturday of each month, we usually do a collab stream, so be sure to follow him so you can see that happening. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, my Stream Deck. I want to add a button to it. Stream Deck. All right. Really, I want a command. Let me change what my enhance command does. I think the enhance command is what we want to do it. So that's going to be part of Firebot. So get Firebot up here. Let's make it so the enhance command is enhance listed here. I bet it's not here. Enhance. It's not. It's part of events. Enhance. There it is. So the enhance, what I want to have happen is we're going to toggle a lot of sources. We're going to toggle our, let's look for full screen. There it is. We're going to toggle that. All right. So our enhance. There we go. Look, enhance. We can toggle it on and off. Maybe I get rid of the yeah, so now we can go full screen with the enhance. All right, so now you guys can see behind. So this is what my screen looks like. You guys only see this part of my screen. You guys only see that part. But now we got the enhance button. So if I want to go full screen, which is the whole reason I did this, is because I wanted to be able to do the following. I wanted to be able to go.
Hello and welcome to Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is
so
a
I can go
computer
full
science
screen.
educator,
That was the whole
and
point.
Captain Coder wants you to learn something new about game dev, whether it's your first time programming, whether it's the first time doing pixel art, whether it's the first time making music, whether it's the first time working on a team. I want you to learn something new, because in this community, we learn and code and grow together as a crew. In this game jam, the goal isn't to make the best game possible. The goal is to learn as much as possible, and I believe you can do it. And when you submit a game to this game jam, you are encouraged to also submit a devlog, blog, or vlog describing the resources you used, what you learned, and how others can utilize it. That said, just by submitting a devlog, vlog, or blog, you are entered to win $50. We're going to be doing 5 drawings here. 5 unique people will win $50 just by learning something new and sharing it with the community. Additionally, myself and 2 other guest judges will be reviewing all of the devlog, vlogs, or blogs to see which one we think is the most educational, and one beautiful person is going to win $250, and it could be you just for learning something. So join the Discord, check us out on Twitch, and we hope you have a wonderful time with this game jam.
All right, so we got the enhance button working so that I could go full screen. I wanted to be able to go full screen. Needs more eyebrows. I know there's not enough eyebrows. Grumpy, if you want to be a mentor during the game jam, I think that's an awesome idea, folks. Be sure to go sign up for Captain Coder's Learn You a Game Jam. I'm hoping to have some more mentors this year as well. People in the Discord to always help out. Balint, how you doing, friend? Welcome back to the stream. Folks, you guys know Science streams, incredible streamer, science communicator, father, family man. Go check him out. Science, how have you been? Welcome back to the stream. Lance, I'm so glad you signed up. I'm so excited for it. I can't believe it's only a month away. That's wild. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Any day I can wake up and code with the crew is a beautiful day, and today is another beautiful day. Anyone can make a game, and did an entire video series helping people with it. That's awesome. Yeah, the whole point of this jam is to learn something new. They're gonna teach them how to love freedom. Why do you love freedom so much? Why do you love freedom so much? All right, so I think we're gonna try and implement the next feature we're gonna implement. So we got our drag and move feature working here. I should test this out in Firefox. I bet it's slow as hell in Firefox. Let's try it. Do I even? I think I might have uninstalled Firefox. I'm not entirely sure. Firefox was so slow. I couldn't. So now I'm using Microsoft Edge. No, don't be mad at me. I do still have it. Don't make it my primary web browser. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Let's test this out in Firefox. All right, let's test it out in Firefox. Look, I wanted to love it. All right, so it's doable. It's doable. It's not too bad, but it does have that lag. You see that lag back there? It's definitely got the slowness to it. People. So for the theme, I should say that because I keep forgetting. Go suggest. I need to put this higher up. You can suggest a theme. Suggest a theme, and then we'll be doing voting on it. I wanted to love Chrome too. I use Chrome a lot. So I ran into some issue with Chrome. It's not your fault that Firefox hates freedom. That's I guess that's true, Grumpy. I guess that's true. So Caverly, the reason I was using Chrome, I've used Chrome for years. The most recent Chrome updates have made it so extensions that modify the DOM in specific ways are no longer allowed. And the ways that you can no longer modify the DOM are essentially you cannot remove advertisements from web pages. So Chrome's browser has made it so that way extensions that remove ads from web pages, they didn't come out and say you can't remove ad from web pages. They modified it so that extensions can't modify DOM in very specific ways, and specifically making it so you can't remove ads from web pages. So they've basically eliminated ad blockers. And so I've switched to, I was looking for a new browser. I tried Firefox for a while, and it's just so slow. Look at this. Look how much better. Look at that, you know, look at how it sticks to us there. They love the freedoms, the stakeholders' freedom. That's right. So it's been a little bit disappointing. That's a disappointing change that they did. But all right, so we have this move here working. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with the ability to move these things around. That's cool. Yeah, don't update your Chrome, Skylar Muffin. That's right. Don't update Chrome. Keep that old version. Keep that old version. Anyway, I hate to say it, but I've been really impressed with Microsoft Edge. I've been enjoying Microsoft Edge. The other thing that I think I feel guilty saying this, I've kind of been enjoying Bing as well. Google search engine, the Bing search engine, for some reason feels like it is giving me the things that I want. Faster, better. That said, I think Google will probably catch up with their Gemini stuff, but Bing has been surprisingly good. I never really used it, but it's the default search engine, so I've been using it and just testing out. Not Bing, I've been enjoying Bing. It's crazy. I know, I feel weird, I feel bad, I feel like I shouldn't say that out loud. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for saying it. Can I do this? Hang on. This is a weird behavior. I can do that. I can do that. Did Google not just fake it? They did. Okay. All right, so we're working on editor, undo, redo, undoing and redoing. We're gonna undo, we're gonna redo. So I think it's time to, yeah, there's some things here that we need to figure out how to test these things well. All right, so currently I'm not able to do mini test on my front end stuff, but I've abstracted it in a way that I think we can start doing it. I think some refactorings are in order as well. This is a bit of a mess over here, this editor stuff. Lunar Wolf. The thing about the browser war, which bears a resemblance to the war going on in Warhammer 40k, is that whichever puppy gets kicked the most tends to improve and the non-kicked puppies slack off. Yeah, so I think that you know, it pushes innovation, right? Does it push up? Does it strive? Does it push innovation, make people innovate? Maybe. I need to make commands here. All right, so we're gonna go look at the command pattern. That's what we were about to do. So the idea behind the command pattern is the following. Really having us do a lot. So the command pattern looks like this. It's just an interface that has a method called execute, and then it also happens to have sort of an undo button as well. So there's a way to go forward and a way to go backwards. Skydriver, welcome back to the stream. I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday, my friend. So the idea is that we can implement these commands that perform actions and then commands that undo actions. It's interesting the way they've done it here, where they have a cut command and an undo. The undo command here, this isn't necessarily how I would have implemented it. Yeah, but we want a way to be able to go forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. And the undo command's fine, but we're gonna have this list of things that we've done and things that we haven't done. Spider Queen, welcome into the stream today. Do you guys know the Spider Queen are working in Godot? Godot. It's like they munch the command pattern with the saga pattern. Yeah, I'm like looking at this going like, this is interesting the way they've done it. Folks, though, if you want to go watch an incredible game dev, an incredible streamer, see this button right here? Go give the Spider Queen a follow. Go give the Spider Queen a follow. Spider Queen, how you been? Welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. I like Godot. You like the Godot? Yeah. So the idea that I have here, is this the standard way to do the command pattern? This looks weird. For some reason, this looks weird. Command pattern. Normally doesn't command have like the do and undo just to execute? Maybe I always implement it that way. Do you like to, we could do a cue list. Yeah, I'm in a really good spot right now. We haven't actually started anything, so I'd be happy to do a round of cue lists if you want to. If you want to do a round of cue lists, now would be a good time. You got those points. But yeah, I want to be able to do an undo and a redo. Let's do a round of cue list. Let's check it out, folks. Let me go grab cue list off my shelf here. Do I have it on my shelf? Here it is. Yeah, here's our cue list. Grab the cue list. Okay, let's get down to business. Turn on our drop cam. Thank you for the cue list redeem. Cue list is a dice game, crossword solitaire game. All right. And the way this works, it's kind of like Scrabble. It's a mighty impressive shelf. There's a few games on there. My students ask me, so I do a thing I call AMAs, Ask Me Anything, to encourage students to ask me weird questions. And a student asked me, if you could have any world record, which world record would you want? And I was like, I want the most. DB9, I'm relieved you're wearing pants. Yeah, look. I'm a big fan of pants. All right, so we've rolled this out. Our goal is to make a fully connected board with all of these letters that spell, all of them have to spell real words, and they all have to be at least 3 letters long. For example, I could spell has. I could spell risk. All right. But I still have to connect the rest of these letters on there. So this one's going to be tricky. We have 2 vowels. We got 2 vowels. And points well spent. Yeah, I love this. I love this one. Did you do a cue list? Yeah, it was a cue list redeem. All right. But yeah, we'll do a cue list here. So we're going to see if we can get words in here. So trying to find a long word that uses all of these. It's usually the goal I try. That's my goal I try and do. And keep the vowels as far apart as possible. Keeping the vowels as far apart as possible is nice, because like hack would be a little bit better, because now I can sort of put these down in other places. So I could do ray. All right. Realize. You see realize. Okay. I don't see realize. There's no E. There's no E. Yeah. Okay. So this one, Liz is not a word. Liz is a name. Czar, is a czar a word? If we had a C, All right, is czar a word? Is that a word? Is that how we spell czar? I'm gonna look. I'm googling it. C-Z-A-R. Scrabble. We're gonna use the Scrabble dictionary. Crazy is a word. Czar is a word, but crazy is better. I like crazy. It uses more letters. So let's go with crazy. Crazy. All right. Crazy is great. Crazy is a great one. All right. Crazy. All right, so now we got this I safe over here. Can we do another one? Hick. We can do hick. I don't like that being so close. I'd like to put it over. Can we do chilk? Oh, I gotta keep that C here. C-H. Did you do a good one? C-H-I, C-R-I, Chi. Chi is a word. We could do that one. Then we got R-K, Rask. We got risk. Okay, we could do risk over here now. We got this R and the L left. Risk is good. All right, what do we do with our R and our L? Is Ralk a word? I don't think Ral is a word. Lark is a word, though. Could do Lark. Ooh, this one came out good. Lark. Is Lark a word? Someone tell me. Tell me, is Lark a word? Is Lark a word? I'm gonna double check. Lark, like lark, is a word. Okay, I want to make sure. I didn't know it's a bird. I thought so, but I thought it might be like something lark. A something lark is a whole word. Very nice. Very nice. All right, thank you so much for the redeem. Let's get a picture of that. We're gonna add that to our wall of fame. Give me a second here to get this into our wall of fame. Boom. All right, turn my dot cam off. Let's go into the Discord. And Q-List Hall of Fame. Boom, added in. Very nice. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to check out the Hall of Fame, you can always join the Discord. All right. Skydriver, thank you so much for the Q-List redeem. We did it. We done did it, folks. We made it happen. We made it happen. You guys helped me with it. Caverly, congratulations on your number 19. Congratulations. Get those bonus points. Exclamation point here to get your bonus points for the day. Okay. Gotcha. I actually kind of got to wrap it up here because I have work. I have to get to work, so probably gonna wrap it up here for now. We'll find someone to raid. See if we can find someone to raid. I got to get to work. But I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me here. Maybe C# Fritz, Practical NPC, White Panther. Those are people who I think we could raid that are great people, fabulous people, wonderful people. Og 16th is always raiding me. Let's go raid Og 16th. Og 16th's making a really cool game, so we're gonna go raid Og 16th, everybody. When we get there, give him some love. I've never raided Og 16th, but Og 16th raids me frequently, so we're gonna go give them a raid. Is there a hat count? I think we're at 3 hats today. But we'll be back to, I think I have 18 hats in this room. 18 hats in this room, so we can get there sometimes. Folks, I will be back on Wednesday. Don't hesitate to join that Discord. Say hi. Get in with us here. Have a beautiful day, Spider Queen, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Have a beautiful day. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.